Good morning, Meridian, and welcome to Business Buzz. We're here today with Brett Shannon, owner of Peppy Heating and Cooling. Good morning.
Hey,
How are you doing?
good.
Welcome.
How are you
Yeah, thanks for joining us here today on Business Buzz.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Yeah. So, Brett, I'm interested to learn a little bit more about your company. You've been a chamber member for some time, but under a different name. So, Peppy Heating and Cooling, formerly Shanco Heating and Air. What was why did you make the name change?
Yeah, it's a great question, and it's a question we get a lot nowadays. And people wonder if we're bought out or turned into a franchise or anything like that. And we're all the same people, same ownership, everything like that. We started the company back in 2016 under Shanco Heating and Air, and we were a commercial company mostly. And then as we kind of progressed, we realized that we wanted to get more into the residential market, and we really loved connecting with homeowners and things like that. And we've got a really nice young and upbeat team, and so we just kind of wanted to change it up a little bit, brighten up the colors, and really focus on the residential and get a little bit more noticed. So.
But you're still doing commercial and residential.
We're mostly just residential.
Residential now.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
excellent.
Small commercial stuff.
Yeah.
But mostly
Well,
residential.
Brett, how would you describe the response to the rebrand?
Yeah, it's been great. Yeah. People are saying that they've noticed our trucks all over the place, and had a couple billboards around town too, and everything like that. And people have reached out and said, "Oh, we've seen your trucks all over the place and stuff like that." And little kids love the little rabbit, the little mascot, and stuff like that.
So, what is the story behind Peppy?
Yeah, it's a great question. So we had somebody design everything for us, and they came forth with some different names that they thought might be a good fit after we told them about our company and about our team and everything like that. And so I wanted something that was kind of playful and fun, and then something that people would recognize us by. And so far, it's been working.
Okay. So residential has been your shift on things. Heat pump seems to be the buzzword right now. Can you explain what that is and why someone might want a heat pump in their home compared to traditional type of equipment?
Yeah, it's an amazing question. There's a lot of buzz around that word right now, heat pump. And basically what a heat pump is, to understand what a heat pump is, you need to understand what an air conditioner is. So basically what an air conditioner does is it takes heat from inside your house and moves it outside. And so all a heat pump does is it reverses that flow of refrigerant. And now we're taking heat outside all the way down to minus 13, and we're actually moving that heat inside the house. So instead of like a conventional furnace where you're creating that energy or heat, we're actually just moving it from outside to inside. Makes it a lot more efficient. And then with the new technology, it makes it really comfortable as well. So.
Well, you've got some equipment here in the room, and I assume some of this is some heat pump technology.
Yep.
Does that eliminate some of the need for some of the interior equipment and things, or what changes with the
Great question. Great question. Yeah, so there's different types. There's ductless heat pumps, so those go on the wall or in the ceiling, and there's no ductwork connected to those. And then there's ducted heat pumps too, which would basically just take your furnace out, and then we put a heat pump in place there. There's also dual fuel. So if you have a gas furnace, but you're kind of interested in a heat pump and you're maybe in the market for an air conditioner, look at a heat pump too. There's some really great tax incentives and things like that right now for going towards a heat pump, and you get air conditioning with it. So a heat pump is just an air conditioner with the heating part of it included.
Okay. Well, I know my neighbor has a heat pump, and I have a traditional system, and we're looking at making some changes. The biggest difference I've noticed, not going inside the neighbor's house, is the heat pump on the outside makes just a little bit of a sound. It's almost like a little gurgling sound compared to my big unit kicking on for the air conditioning. So much more efficient.
They're going to be much more efficient. And nowadays, these heat pumps, especially like the ones behind us, which is from Mitsubishi, and they've been using them in Japan for years. They're very quiet, and they do make a couple different sounds just because they're reversing the flow of refrigerant, and then they go through some different cycles. But for the most part, they're going to be really, really quiet and a lot more efficient than just a conventional air conditioner.
Okay. So what is a good way to prolong the lifespan and avoid breakdowns with your heat and air system if you're not looking to make a change right now?
Yeah, it's a good question. So maintenance is the biggest thing, and what you can do at your house is just replacing that air filter or cleaning the air filter depending on what type you have. That's going to be the best thing to prolong that life. And then we offer maintenance programs, and there's a lot of other great heating and air conditioning companies in the area too that have these maintenance programs. And so just having it checked once or twice a year will really prolong the lifespan and also make it more efficient too.
Okay. So when is the best time to look at replacing the heating and air system in your home?
Yeah, so there's a few different factors that we kind of recommend people think about. Is If it's older than about 12, 15 years old, that's something to consider. If it's using the old type of refrigerant for your current air conditioner heat pump, there's upgrades there. So, repairs that are over, $500 or $600, it's good to at least look at maybe replacing it and saving some money down the road. And then also too, if you have parts of your home that aren't as comfortable or aren't very comfortable that you're starting to use more or something like that, we have a lot of really great options to kind of make the whole house comfortable and a lot better.
Okay. So what makes Peppy unique in the industry? We're in your training room here. Tell us what you do with your team to keep them up to date.
Yeah, it's a great question. So we do weekly trainings here. This is our little training room that we have, and we have weekly meetings with our installers and service techs, and then we have like the Mitsubishi and American Standard rep come in and actually teach us about the units and how they work and the upcoming technology. And then we're part of their contractor programs too. So we really take it seriously that we're training here and not at your house, And another big thing is our customer service. So we just make sure that if you're not happy with it, we're just there until you're happy, and we want to make it right. So.
Okay, excellent. Well, what is the best way for our viewers to learn more about Peppy heating and cooling, or heating and air, and how can someone get in touch with you?
Yeah, great question. So we have our website, callpeppy.com. We've got lots of information there. We're on Facebook and Instagram and everywhere there too. So that's a good place. If you're interested in having, looking at heat pump, we do free estimates to come out to your house. You can also come into our little training room, and we've got some units we can show you and explain anything. So yeah, we love talking to people and kind of teaching them about the heat pump product, because it is, I think, the way of the future.
Well, Brett, thank you so much.
Yeah.
We appreciate you being a chamber member, and hopefully people will reach out to you when they have some heating and air needs, and maybe before they need that.
Yeah,
and just get that service done.
Is good, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us today. And Friday, we'll be making a visit to Earthwise Pet and Meridian for our Business Buzz program. Enjoy the 4th of July holiday coming up. Right after the 4th, please join us for the First Friday hosted by Upgrade Labs on July 7th. Until then, have a great week, Meridian.